You crave validation from your team, do not you? You want to be the leader that everyone likes, the approachable one, the one people can talk to freely, even treat like an older brother. But the truth is, the more you want to be liked, the more respect you lose. And that trap is slowly destroying your leadership without you even realizing it. Let me show you something. I once managed a team of more than 10 people. Not big, but enough to clearly see when things start to break. In that team, there was one person, Lucas. A Swiss guy, very precise, disciplined, and extremely capable. At the beginning, he was the one I trusted the most. We worked well together, we talked easily. And over time, our relationship went beyond work. It was no longer just manager and employee, it felt like we were partners. We had dinners after work, we stayed late talking about projects, about life, about goals. When something urgent came up, he would message me directly. No process, no structure. And inside the team, people started joking that I was his older brother. At that time, I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought closeness builds trust. But that was exactly where I made my mistake. I started believing that leadership does not need distance, that the closer you are, the better. I was wrong. Nothing broke immediately, it shifted slowly. One day, Lucas came late just a few minutes, I ignored it. Another time a task was delayed, I said nothing. Then it happened again and again. I saw everything, but I chose silence. Not because I did not know, but because I did not want to face it. Every time I wanted to say something, my mind stopped me. Is this necessary? Am I overreacting? What if this changes the relationship? And in the end, I chose the easiest option. Do nothing. But the cost of that silence was high. I started feeling uncomfortable every time I looked at Lucas. Not because he was wrong, but because I knew I was allowing things to go wrong. That feeling is heavy. You stand in front of your team, but inside, you are not stable. You know, there is a problem, but you cannot name it. And people can feel that Lucas became more relaxed. Boundaries disappeared. Not because he was a bad person, but because I removed those boundaries, and then it spread. One person gets away with something. Others start testing the limits. No one says anything, but standards start to drop. The breaking point came during a major project. Tight deadline, high pressure. Everyone was working hard, except Lucas. A critical mistake, no review, no ownership. And the result? The entire team had to stay late to fix it. No one blamed me directly, but their eyes said everything. It was not anger, it was loss of trust. That night I sat alone for a long time, no phone, no music, just thinking. I thought about what happened, about Lucas and about myself. And I asked myself, how do I fix this? How do I handle him without breaking the team? How do I stop the silent frustration growing inside the group? And most importantly, how do I reset the standard? Then I realized something very clearly. The problem was not Lucas. The problem was me. I did not lack skill. I lacked clarity. I was not afraid of being wrong. I was afraid of being disliked, and that made me weak. That night I made a decision. If something is wrong, I take responsibility first. The next morning, I called Lucas in. I started by acknowledging his past contributions, his strengths, his value. Then I spoke directly. This is what is happening. This is the team standard, and this is the gap. No extra emotion, no personal attack, just facts. Lucas stayed silent. Then he said something I will never forget. I thought it was not important to you. In that moment, everything became clear. People do not behave based on what you say. They behave based on what you allow. I told him, it is important, and from now on, it has to be right. For the first time, I made everything clear. Standards, expectations, and consequences. The next few days were not easy. The atmosphere changed, less comfortable, less friendly, but something shifted. Things started to align. Lucas improved slowly, but steadily. The team improved, more clarity, more focus, more accountability, and most importantly, I stopped avoiding myself. I realized something. Silence is not always power. Silence in the wrong place is weakness. Leadership is not about making people comfortable. It is about keeping things right. If you are avoiding a conversation right now, that is probably the conversation you need the most. So do this today. Think about one person in your team, someone you know is not meeting the standard, but you have not addressed it. That is where you are losing respect. Now follow these 4 steps. Write down the problem clearly, set the standard clearly, take responsibility for allowing it to continue, and speak directly. No emotion, no avoidance. Let me ask you something. Who are you avoiding in your team? And what is stopping you from speaking? Write it in the comments. I will read it. I will respond. I wish you the courage to say what needs to be said, the discipline to hold your standard, and the strength to not be liked but to be respected.